of something. So basically, they are giving you reparations for the slave trade.
Yeah,
Basically,
boy. Well, shoot, I don't know how I
unlawful.
feel about all that. I don't know. I mean, who the heck wants to live in Ghana? I don't want to live in Ghana. You want to live in Ghana, brother? That just doesn't.
I mean,
Just the name Ghana, it doesn't feel appealing to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, do you want to
I
live
never
in
been
Ghana?
there. I've never been there. I
Hey,
can't say much about it.
hey,
But what I
hey.
can say is America is the best place on planet Earth.
Something's wrong with you. Let's get to it, man. Let's go. You've taken up enough of the American people's time with this
Hey,
nonsense.
bro, you are the host.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna
Let's get
lie. I
it.
didn't come prepared today. It's right after Thanksgiving. I've
You
eaten
did. Nah,
and I've continued to keep eating, and so hey,
you're lazy. Nah.
hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Let's get to it, my guy.
You know,
The purveyor,
the purveyor of
Sean,
the whole.
Sean Evans. Now,
Ah, son,
what I have
we're
here
gonna have
for
to
you,
stop.
Black,
We're gonna have to
I have
stop
a
for a second.
list.
Hold on a second. We're gonna have to
Okay.
stop. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this joint's got me tight right now. Oh, that joint got me tight right now. Hold on a second.
I have real quick
You want to
because
look
I
at
know.
what? Climate change?
Yeah, because I know that was a big thing. A couple of days ago when Trump was, I guess Trump said, like whatever happened to global warming or so. I believe he tweeted that,
Well,
and whatever happened, he said something, blah blah blah, and then at the end he basically was having a pun. What happened to global warming? And so a lot of I do believe that the climate change people. I do believe NASA themselves put out a statement too that basically if we don't do nothing about climate change, that um, a lot of things will get worse, man. You know, a lot of these forest fires we're having out west will get worse.
nobody cares. So nobody. Listen, man. Climate change is what it's son.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard somebody. I was listening to Joe Rogan,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about climate change, and they were saying like he was saying he doesn't really know either way. You know what I mean? But you have all these climate change scientists talking about climate change and all this other nonsense. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, boy, why are you taking snapshots?
I didn't know that
Yeah.
I was trying to find the record button. I didn't know
I'm gonna
that
need
was a
you. I'm
snapshot.
gonna need you to. I need you to do something else, man. You this
I
guy
got
right
you,
now.
man.
So anyway, the whole climate change thing is so corny, man. I just can't get down with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because who the heck knows? Who the heck knows when climate change happens? Oh, the CO2
Right.
emissions in the ozone layer. So much you don't know. This is saying you have no clue. How do you know? 1,000 years
Mm,
ago, it wasn't doing the same thing. You don't know.
mm,
I'm saying
mm.
climate change, and then on
Now,
top of that,
mm-hmm.
what are you gonna do to change the climate? You have no idea how the Earth works anyway. So how are you gonna affect change on
Right.
something that you don't know how it works? I mean, you got a basic idea, but how did the ozone layer get there? Since you don't believe in
Mm-hmm.
a God, how did it get there? It just appeared. So you don't know.
Right.
So you don't
Right.
know by carbon emissions. How do you know that the carbon emissions is even doing? They say, well, they have studies. Yeah, by godless individuals who they peddle in this nonsense. And then people say, "Oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
the climate is changing." Well, the climate's already always changing. Oh, global warming, but then it'd be freezing outside. Well, that's because of climate change. Well, it's always changing. So is the ice age coming or
Right.
is it heating up? What do you say? These dudes don't know nothing, man. It's just a way for them to make money.
Okay.
I can't say that I've read all that stuff, but what's the point of reading about people that have a certain ideological bent? Like they're bent on
Mm,
that the climate is changing. So it's nothing that you could tell them. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you could tell them to change their mind. So, you can't go. It's like an atheist. If you told him an atheist
mm.
that there's a God, he'd say no, there is no God.
Right.
You feel
Right.
you feel what
So,
I'm?
so is this a back and forth conversation? There's climate change. There is no climate change. There's not climate change. There is climate change.
No, there
There's
is there
climate
is climate change because the climate is always changing.
change. Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
global warming. There's no ice age. I didn't know.
Okay.
There's none of that. Like there's none of that. People are ridiculous. But it's it.
Okay. So there's no extreme. So we as the citizens, we shouldn't really be concerned of no upcoming extreme either coldness or warmness. Basically, the earth is just doing what it does. It's normal.
It's well, in my opinion, it's God does what
Right.
He does, and we all know
Mm-hmm.
what the end is supposed to be like. And so, if you want to say, "Oh, there's climate change," nah, the end is coming.
Right, right,
There's no,
right.
I mean, the end is
And
here.
it's
It's coming. Okay, you're finished. You know. But anyway, enough of that. I mean, that's that liberal crap. Nobody got time for that. And I'm a red-blooded
right.
American, and I don't believe in any of that nonsense.
So for our first show, Black, with you being the purveyor of the black hole, let the
Ah, you
people
had to
know.
say it, the purveyor of the black hole. You wanted to say that. You've been wanting
So
to
now
say
that you're
that
the
for a minute.
purveyor of the black hole, let the people, the first time fans actually get to know you. Like,
Oh
what are
snap!
your views? What are your political views? Who is Sean Black Evans?
I mean, I'm a conservative Christian, um, and I believe in fairness for everybody, but in a way not like in fairness like everybody deserves. You know what I'm saying? A chicken in every pot. I believe that every man got to work for what they get, and you know what I'm saying. At
Okay.
the end of the day, you might not be a millionaire, but you can make an honest living being a maid
Yeah.
or picking up the trash or
Yeah.
being on YouTube or you know what I'm saying, or you might be a billionaire like Trump, but
Mm-hmm.
but nobody owes you anything. You know what I'm saying? You make your own way. You get it the way you get it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? All this other crap is ridiculous.
Right. Right. I got you.
Oh snap!
That.
It was a shooting. You got to forgive me. I'm watching CNN as I'm talking to Mackie, the red-blooded American, and there was some sort of a shooting, a gunman in a mall
Mm.
shooting.
Let me go ahead and try to get some facts about that real quick.
Yeah,
Oh
so
man, there's always a shooting. Now, speaking about shootings, what are your views about guns, about the whole gun debate topic? Because you have some people that say all guns need to get all guns need to be destroyed. You have another group that says guns just need to be more. There needs to be more of a microscope on the selling and trade of guns. And then you have some people that say guns should be for everybody. So, what is your view on the subject of guns?
I think, listen, man, guns are what they are. Guns don't kill people. Keep people kill people. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And A gun never really killed anybody. A person killed somebody with the tool. It's like, you know what I mean? If I have a hammer, and
Mhm.
I'm committing murder with hammers, so what do you ban hammers?
Mhm.
You ban knives. You know what I mean? It's just a way for the government to take control of your rights. You know, we as Americans have been giving the government all of our rights. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
so bad now. Like you're driving down the street, and they'll pull you over and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a seatbelt ticket."
Mhm.
But think about it. If I feel like I want to drive without my seatbelt, I should be able to do that. Because this is America. I have rights. You know what I mean? I have the right
Okay.
to be unmolested in my vehicle that I pay for. You know what I
Right.
mean? But the government says, well, we need to keep you safe on the road. Well, who's the government to tell me to be safe?
Mm.
Do you feel what I'm saying? The government shouldn't have that type of power over you.
Now, I will say this, and I've heard this one time before. They say that bad things happen from good intentions.
Well, that's true.
Now, do you believe that our government intention is to keep us safe?
No,
With mhm.
I think their intention is to regulate and
Okay,
to get a grip on you, right?
okay,
Like
mhm,
so think about it. What is the purpose of them trying to ban guns? It's not to keep us safe. Because if that's the case, then all the people who are talking about, oh, we should ban guns, tell their security team not to have guns.
mm,
Do you see what I'm saying? Take guns
okay,
away from the police officers, making them walk around with nightsticks.
yeah.
If you want to
Um,
ban guns.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't London have
Yeah,
cops like that, or or somewhere?
England has laws like that, I believe, but
Okay,
the UK in general has
okay,
laws like that. But I mean, they still have guys that have guns. They have like little
right,
SWAT
right,
teams and stuff like that that have guns. Nah, son, no guns
right.
for nobody. If you're gonna take away our guns, if that's what you want to do, if you want to say it's the world to be safer without guns, then the world to be
Mhm.
safer without everybody have not having guns. Not just the world is gonna be safer if citizens don't have guns, but then the people who
Mm,
enforce laws they can have guns,
right.
or the military they can have guns. Do you feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like because the Second Amendment just wasn't for you the right to keep and bear arms, but to protect yourself from oppressive government. Well, how are you supposed to protect yourself from the government if the government takes all your weapons?
That is true, man.
Come on.
And I know inside the Constitution, it also says if uh basically if your government is not doing what it's supposed to do, if it's suppressing you, then the citizens have the right
Boy, you
to.
nodded your head all the way across the black line. Did you see how far your head went down? Yo, you look like you was bowing. You was bowing. You was bowing before King George when you made that statement.
King
That
Joe.
yeah, that statement was serious. It was so serious that you took a bow. Boy, now I'm about to
That
cook.
is funny.
Now I'm about to fry you up.
No, man, I'm just
Nah, I don't want to hear none of
saying
that. You're
that
fried right now.
what you're saying is right because we have seen over the years, we've seen governments turn on their own citizens. We've seen over the years, we've seen people of power take over governments and oppress people. We've seen people that believe in peace just get walked over. But I feel as though, me personally, I feel as though you're right. Like, we need our guns because at the end of the day, they wrote that in the Constitution so that you can protect your household.
Exactly.
Just in case, let's just say, it comes down to a World War III. Let's just say that the United States Army, that the United States Navy, that the United States Air Force fail. We will have to be the last line because our last line of defense has fallen. So
Well,
we must be the
let's say
last
let's
line.
say that they have taken um they've taken all of that from you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, you know what I'm saying, how are you supposed to defend yourself? You can't
Yeah.
defend your son. These people want, and I don't know if it's all people in the government. I don't think there was some. There's people out there that obviously have an agenda. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? There's an agenda out there. And
Right.
people will say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." Well, it's not that, but I'm looking at what our founders said, and
Mm-hmm.
let's put it up against, would that have worked with our founders? Could you take the whole citizens shouldn't have guns and present that to George Washington or Andrew Jackson or somebody like that?
Mm.
Could the founders of the people who that formed our Bill of Rights and all of that stuff, would
Mm.
they be able to look at that and be like, take that argument and take that serious?
Mm.
Heck no, Sonny wouldn't take
Mm.
that serious. That's not
Mm.
serious.
Right.
You,
Right.
you, you feel what I'm saying? It's not serious. They would be looking at you and laughing like, what?
Right.
You
Right. Right.
didn't you didn't see England just try to take us over? They
Mm-hmm.
just tried to give us the business. This was a
Mm-hmm.
government. This was a government that we broke away from.
Mm-hmm.
This government was imposing their will against us. They were imposing their
Mm-hmm.
taxes on us. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I dare say that today, if they were to see what we've become today, they'd be ashamed of us. All
Mm.
these
It was a
tax,
strong
all
word.
these taxes, son. They didn't intend for the citizens to be taxed to death, but it was the greed of those people who had power to bring
Mm-hmm.
taxes. In my opinion, now, I'm not saying that this is facts. I'm just saying what I think. Like, look,
Mm-hmm.
you have people out there right now, right? These families. Now
Mm-hmm.
you got to think about it. The average American really isn't in a position to be a political figure. Like me, you or I right now, we could try to run for president. We can't afford it.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
you got all these aristocrats, these rich people who are these socialites that run for president. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mm-hmm.
ain't knocking
Mm-hmm.
the hustle. I'm not knocking the fact that you got money. I mean,
Right.
shoot, if you got
Right.
money, you got money. Hey, I can't knock that. I can't knock that
Right.
hustle. But at the end of the day, son, something gotta give. At the end of the day, my God, something gotta give. Something gotta give.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and and and
And
and
I think that you are absolutely right, man, because where we're at now compared to where we were when the founding fathers were alive, in terms of infrastructure, technology, and all that, of course, we have advanced, but in terms of how the government hovers over its citizens, you know, during the time of our founding fathers, that was when, yes, we were trying to get away from the king. We wanted to be left alone. We didn't want to be taxed to death. We didn't want a microscope just on us at every single second. And I believe, yes, if they were alive today,
they'd be
they
ashamed.
look at
A
us.
Department of Taxation, these dudes would be looking at you like, what? Like you taxing food?
Right.
What is the Boston Tea Party about? You know what I'm saying? These dudes like you putting taxes on
Mm,
food, you putting taxes on vehicles, your own personal property, like the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. These dudes will go out and get a piece of land and say, this is my land. But then the government comes in and takes taxes on that land that you supposed to own. Like these dudes would be looking
yeah.
around like, what the heck has America become?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter the people who want this, these globalists. That's what it is. These globalists, and you notice now on the news they're using that word all the time. Remember before, the
Yeah,
word globalist was a
yeah.
conspiracy. That was conspiracy talk. The globalist agenda. You know, they got rid of Alex Jones because he was talking about these globalist agenda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden now everybody's talking about the globalist agenda. Well, somebody tell me what the globalist agenda is. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to take over the world. You already know that. That's part of the whole thing with the Bible, the one world government. They can't have a nation that has all these guns, people that are able to fight back. You know what I mean? They can't have these
Mm-hmm.
people around. They can't have you out there. You know, 1 in 3 people in America own a weapon. They can't afford to be, these people to fight back. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they gotta
Right.
be able to destroy, and all these people shooting up schools, which is crazy. You got these people
Mm-hmm.
shooting up schools. You got all these people, shooting up all this stuff. And like I'm looking at the spot, the dude just shot up a mall.
Yeah, this is crazy,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? The joint is nuts. But you gotta ask yourself, are we conditioning people to do that? And this is just an excuse for these people to say, see, but if we didn't have any guns, those people would be alive. Until the
Mm.
until the SWAT team break down your door and they're able
Yeah.
to just come in and execute you. Like right now, can you fight? Like I tell everybody, as far as the police are concerned and guns, if the police, who protects you from them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody. Son, they are a
Yeah.
lawless gang. They can do what they want. And I challenge anybody to come and tell me any different. You can go on World Star. You know what I'm saying? You can look at World
Mm-hmm.
Star and people say, "Oh, son, how can you be a conservative and you don't like the police?" Well, it's not that I don't like the police. Some of them are cool, some of them not. The
Point
problem
blank
is,
simple.
they got too much power.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They have way too
Yeah.
much power. They come
Yeah.
up in your crib, run up in your house, and they say, "Well, they can't do that. They'll get in trouble." But who's going to stop them? If the SWAT team decided right now that
Yeah.
I had drugs
Yeah.
in my home,
Yeah.
who is gonna stop them from coming in my front door? Oh yeah, later on. Later on, I could take them to court, but they done tore my furniture up.
Yeah.
They done traumatized my children. They might even kill me in the process.
Yeah.
If I try
Yes,
to
sir.
if I try to defend my house with my weapon, they probably
Yeah.
kill me.
Yeah.
I don't get
Yeah.
a mulligan. They'll put another quarter in the game and be like, "Oh yeah, let's bring Sean back," because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ain't none of that.
Yeah.
You
No
feel me?
doubt.
They got too much power. They have too much power, and they know it. But who's gonna say no? They the biggest gang in America. Who's gonna stop them?
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna stop them? I told you about
Yep.
the whole Mike Brown thing. They said, "Oh, Mike Brown, he was this, he was that." I said, "But son, if you're sitting down in a squad car and your holster is on the right hand side of your body and you're driving the car, that means the middle console is right there. Even if Mike Brown reached across, there was no way he was getting the gun out of the holster. So who are
Mm.
you shooting for?
Wow. That's powerful, man.
Son, it's
That's
real.
powerful.
Like, it's real. And these people on TV, they, "Oh, well, he was in fear of his life." Really? He could have stomped the gas.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on, son. But see, that's because politicians and these advocate groups and
Mm-hmm.
these unions,
Mm-hmm.
they protect these people, and a
Mm-hmm.
dude can go ahead and they can kill unless they catch them.
Right. Right.
You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Unless they catch them and they catch them. Then there was
Mm.
video
It's
of
so
that
crazy.
joint. He'd
Yeah.
probably be in the can, but there's no video, so they can make up anything they want. And every
Yeah.
black man has experienced some sort of crooked cop sometime in their life. Some
Yeah.
experience where you know that they was wrong, and they know that they was wrong, But they did it anyway, and there was nothing you could do about it.
Nothing that you could do.
Come on, every black person, every black man has experienced that on some level or another. Some people lost their lives. Look what happened to the guy that got shot in the car. He was a licensed gun owner.
Yeah.
And a dude just the cop clapped him for what?
Yep. Licensed gun owner.
License.
Yep.
So
and it's so crazy too, man.
So, but in 1776, he couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Back then, he couldn't have done that because they would have said, "Wait a minute, that's that man's liberty right there. What are you doing?" He's supposed to be able to keep that hammer. He's supposed to be able to do that. Matter of fact, we're gonna tar and feather you. That would have been the end of that. You understand?
Man,
this is what the purveyor does.
That's powerful. Yo, you got the commentator mug? My man is on Jay Leno right now.
Oh boy, you want me to be one of those guys, don't you? Nah.
Yeah, man.
But no, now you got my blood pressure up. I can't talk about that crap anymore. That's crap.
But you are right, man, because freedom is, that term itself is so loosely used nowadays that people don't understand that you are being micromanaged at every turn.
That is the perfect word. Micromanaged. In your crib, you own a house, and they micromanaging you what you can watch, what you can't watch. You know what I'm saying? They make laws on top of laws, and then these politicians make these laws. You know what I mean? And son, look at something as simple as right now, the NSA could be watching our video broadcast.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, we're just collecting the metadata. What?
Yeah. Every time you say metadata, you gotta go like this.
The metadata. you had to hit the hard quotes with the metadata.
Word, man.
Boy, now I'm about to cook they spy faces. Word up.
Stop it.
Word up. So the joint is ridiculous. The joint is ridiculous. This is why they hate Trump though. Because Trump talks just like us. You understand? He's saying what we say. Like, come on, son, you ain't got a right to do that.
Yeah, nah, word. Now, let me ask you this, since we're on the topic of government micromanaging and also people who are in positions of authority abusing their power. Now, I know that you don't want to talk about the Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I don't mean to cut you off real quick. I don't mean to cut you off real quick. But this dude Max Boot. So first of all, when your name is Max Boot, you're a jerk anyway. If your last name is Boot, you're a jerk. Who the heck has the last name Boot? Anyway.
Where did you get that from? Who is
because I'm watching CNN as I'm talking to you. Like, so I'm looking at CNN, I'm talking to you. And you know, I hate CNN, but you have to watch what they do, because these dudes are the ones that are pushing a lot of this stuff out here, like this gun control, all this crap. You know what I'm saying? They're down for all of that liberal crap. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to watch what they're talking about. And this dude, Max Boot, and I heard he's a conservative, but I don't know. But anyway, this dude is always talking straight smack. He's always got something smack. He always got smack to talk about. Like, he's one of them dudes that you just look at like, yo, son, you stay talking reckless. Like, he's on CNN right now. Trump blames Vicious World for journalist killing. You know, that Khashoggi guy who got killed in the consulate, right? So he's over there like they're making the Saudis the world more vicious by absolving them. Son, it's an embassy. It's basically Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
If they
No,
killed
it
him
is.
it is.
It is Saudi Arabia.
So if they killed him, they killed him in their own country. It doesn't matter. And in Saudi
Yep.
Arabia, they killed journalists, even though he
Right.
really wasn't a journalist. But hey, be it as it may, they killed
That's
journalists,
what they do in their country.
and they did it in their country. There's nothing you can do about it.
Now, people are saying because we are allies, because we're a big influencer, of course, we are a superpower, of course. Now, does that play a factor into maybe saying something about it or pushing the Saudis to do something about it? But then again, you have a side that always says America should mind their business.
Nah, it's not even that you should mind your business, but you gotta know what's real and what's not, man. Come on,
Okay.
everybody because CNN knows that people don't know. There are people out there that don't know. They don't know that when you're in an embassy, whatever
Right.
country that is actually the country.
Right. Okay, yeah. I can actually say that's true, yes. Because I do know some people who, aren't versed in, that type
Right.
of stuff. Yeah.
So us talking about he was a journalist and he was listen, he went into Saudi Arabia and got killed.
Mm-hmm.
He was running down the Saudi prince. He already knows that was an offense in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got you in there, you got killed.
Mm-hmm.
What are we supposed to do? Tell you what to do in your own country?
That's true.
Because
I guarantee nobody, no other country would ever
tell us what we're going to be doing.
Like, hey, we need to tell the United States this.
And we're going to sit there and be like, no, we're not doing any of that. No, that's what we're going to do. No. You feel what I'm saying? The joint is extra corny, but son, and this is what I'm talking about, son, and they know it's and that's what fake news is. They know you over there talking all this crazy, but son, it's fake news because you already know. Why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you tell the people, well, he did get killed, but he was in Saudi Arabia when he got killed, even though the embassy was in Turkey. Because if it was that serious,
that's some powerful.
Come on, son. I mean, if it was really serious, they would have done something, but they know they can't because you can't tell people what they can do in their own embassies. If they kill people in their embassies, guess what? There's nothing you can do about it because it's another country. In Saudi Arabia, that's what they do. They kill people.
Point blank simple.
And we're their ally. So, hey.
And that's why they always tell you before you go to another country, you need to research. You need to research.
Or if you go into another country, you need to know where the embassy is. If you got to get away, you need to get into the embassy. Once you go in the embassy, they can't just jump into the embassy and come get you. Come on, my man Julian Assange been in the Ecuadorian embassy for years. Come on, son. And he's wanted. If it was that serious, if you could do what you wanted to in embassies, they would have went in the embassy and got him and pulled him out. They know they can't do it because they can't violate the sovereignty of Ecuador. Period. Period. Snowden is another one. Come on, son. So why not? Why lie? But this is what they do because they trying to influence public opinion for the global agenda. So I'm trying to tell you, is all the same stuff. So anyway, I'm sorry I got on that, but when I see the dummy Max Boot,
last name Boot.
Yeah, last name Boot. When your last name is Boot, yeah, I had to say something because Wagadan, and you're an intellectual, and that's the thing. These dudes are supposed to be intellectuals. They're book smart. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are book smart. You can't take nothing away from them.
Yeah.
But think about it. You have a bunch of nerds and dweebies telling the American people what to do.
Yeah.
These dudes are influencing opinion all over the planet. You go talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying, some liberal dude, and you be like, yo, then what do you think about this? And they'll quote what this dude has said on CNN.
Right. I got you.
And dudes be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
son, you must watch Fox News." I don't.
Mm.
It's all fake news, but you gotta formulate your own opinions.
Yes, that's what I tell people too, man. It don't matter what news channel that you hear of or that you watch or that you subscribe to. You have to make sure you dig through the fake news, through the BS, through the propaganda. You have to make sure you yourself, as a citizen and as a man or woman or whoever, you have to make sure that what you dig up yourself, or what you move the BS and move the propaganda, and you can see the truth. That is what everybody should do who keeps up on news. Don't just subscribe to one news station. Just don't watch, if you're a Republican, don't just watch Fox. Watch it all, so that you know how either your adversaries are moving, or so that you can at least hear a bunch of different aspects of life.
Exactly.
Because there's so much stuff. Media itself right now, in the year 2018, technology and media go together. So anybody can give out a piece of information. Anybody can make anything look like anything. So it's up to you yourself to find out what's true and what's false.
Yeah, it's true. You do some research. You know, I don't knock nobody that research, even though I might not agree with them. I don't knock them. You have an opinion, but if you spitting what you told me on CNN, and I know it's from CNN because I just heard him say it the morning before I went to work. Come on, son, I can't even take you serious. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, here we go. Here you go. You know what I mean?
And then I'm actually glad you started this, man, because I know for a fact that you're an honest person, and you're going to give the people what they
you want to be Sean Black,
not what they want to hear, what they need to hear.
You want to be Sean Black, don't you? You want to be the purveyor.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now I must show you the real Mackie, red-blooded American Bino. I'm tired of it. Boy, you look like... No.
Boy, not with those glasses on. Did you just show me your underwear on the show? I'm going to freeze frame that so I can tell people what not to do.
American draws. Say something. I wear patriotic briefs.
You said patriotic briefs? Yo, there's something wrong with you.
Man.
Let's get into this 6ix9ine situation, man. Let's end it on this 6ix9ine situation, man. See what's going on.
So, if you haven't heard, this guy Tekashi 6ix9ine, the Spanish guy who has the rainbow hair with the big 6ix9ine tattoo.
Yeah, they know who that guy is, man. Let's talk about. First of all, son, Ebro is a sucker. I just want to get that out. This dude, man.
Gotta know. The people must know why you think so.
Son, because you just don't do the stuff that he do. So, first of all, like, I'm not a fan of his anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You host a radio show. You doing your thing. I don't hate that. But, yo, man, when you start running other people down, so you talked about him doing all this stuff so he could get hot. But then you on there reading the police report on the thing so you could get hot.
Yeah.
You's a sucker, man. You's a sucker. You's a hater. Then you go back to the whole Hot 90, the Summer Jam joint. Hate.
Yeah.
Hater, son. It's nothing but hate. You a hate, and then you be like, oh, son, you idiot. Son, Ebro, sit down. You and Rosenberg sit down. And he the type of dude to hear this and be like, them dudes ain't nobody's anyway. They on a YouTube. They doing this, they doing that. Son, he's a sucker. And nobody be even talking about you if you wasn't such a sucker, son. He's a sucker.
Shout out to Hot 97.
Yeah, shout out to everybody else on Hot 97 and 7 Ebro, man.
If you guys don't know, Tekashi 6ix9ine and 4 other members of the 9 Trey Bloods have been locked up and they have a 25-page indictment. Basically, to sum it up, these guys have been hit with the RICO.
So, and that joint is
point blank simple.
And it goes back to what we was talking about, freedom and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you make laws about drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then your own government peddles in drugs.
Mm.
So what are you supposed to do? Now, is it right or wrong? It's right. It's wrong, son. Let's just put it out there. We can't destroy it because it destroys black and brown communities. So drugs is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Right.
that said, you can't be out there telling people they can't do things and you out there doing the same things. The government can't be shipping drugs around the world and then be telling the people not to ship drugs. You can't be out there letting police shoot innocent people, but then telling these dudes that they can't handle their own business.
Mm.
You feel what I'm trying to say?
Fact.
You can't be
Fact.
out there doing stuff like that. This is why
Fact.
people don't take that serious. And then the only reason why you gave him the RICO case, you know what I'm saying? It was easier for you to indict one, and because he was linked to those people, you're gonna indict everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way that it's just like that bill that they signed, that Donald Trump signed, the prison reform bill. They have to be able, that one chance bill. You have to be able to give people a fighting chance. You can't just stack charges on top of them.
Yeah. Yep.
And they won't be able to get out of. They won't be able to get out of the can. Come on, son, you trying to destroy that man because he wouldn't work with you?
And also, too, the day before he got locked up, the FBI went to his house, and they actually, I guess they offered him protection because they said that they have evidence that that people of the non-Trey Bloods were trying to kill him. Now, this is where the story gets tricky. Now, let's take it into perspective. On this day, they came to his house, offered him protection. He turned it down. The second day, he gets locked up. This is when down, they locked him up. And then they're moving him. Now, of course, he did get hit with RICO, with a RICO indictment, which means he can be gone for a long time. So the possibility of him snitching is high. But they did move him to a facility where, quote unquote, snitches go. But could that not be a federal tactic to make him look like a snitch, so that everybody who is supporting him does not support him?
Listen,
so
but listen to what you're saying. Just even the fact that you could even say that, like that's even a possibility, shows you that the police and these agencies have too much power. That shouldn't even be allowed. It shouldn't even be allowed, son. It shouldn't even be allowed. You shouldn't even be allowed to do things like that.
And mind you, most of the charges on that RICO indictment are conspiracy.
Yeah.
Not actual crimes, but conspiracy.
Yeah, because they said, oh, you don't want our help. Okay, then we're going to hit you with the conspiracy because we know that you run with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like if I'm hustling and I'm talking to you on this YouTube. Well, that could be conspiracy.
Yeah.
You're always at my house. Okay, then that could be conspiracy. You might not even have nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, son, I don't know if he sells drugs or not. Too bad. You're going down. You need to tell us what we know. You need to give us the information we want, or we're going to destroy your family. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody that happened to. Where they try to call the CPS. This dude was on a run with his kids. All because they didn't get what they wanted from him. So they you can't say, nobody can tell me that it doesn't happen.
Right.
Here's the real question. We as citizens, why are we allowing that to happen?
Don't think that this happens.
Yeah, there are people out there that be like, oh, the thin blue line.
100%. If they believe 100% that the police are angels.
They're on the thin blue line. They're not committing any crimes and felonies. Thin blue line. Man, the blue line is thin because they jump over it back and forth out of criminality into law enforcement all the time. That's what they do.
And then too, you gotta think too, you know the legacy that I guess Tekashi has left behind. You know, people call him a troll. People say that.
I mean, but 50 was doing the same thing. He found his niche. He found what made him hot.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get mad at that man because he found out what made him hot.
Mm-hmm.
He found out what was good. He was like, oh, nah, son, I'm about to get all this. I'm about to do this. This is what's up. You know what I'm saying? You look at all his albums. All of them joints hit the billboards. All of them joints is hot.
Yep. He has 11 charted songs that are on the top 100 billboards from this year alone.
Can you hate that man? I'm not hating that man. That man did his thing. Now, he had questionable people he was running with. Like, your man stole 2.2 million from you. Yo, son.
Oh, Shotty.
Yeah, come on, son.
Yeah.
Come on, son. You stole it. And the dude 6'9" or whatever, he what is he, like 20?
He's 22, yeah.
20. Yep. So come on, son. What do you expect from a 22-year-old? He figured out how the internet works. The internet is full of trolls. That's how you get hot.
And I believe this too, that when the feds don't like something, they want to get rid of it. Now, not saying when the feds find something illegal, they want to get rid of it when they don't like something. So mind you, inside of the indictment, a few words were said that basically was highlighted to me because I kind of could read through the BS. So a few of those were basically, they were talking about the viciousness of the 9 Trey Bloods that have the violence that has risen this year alone. Mind you, Tekashi 6ix9ine, his first official song to the world, you know, for him to be a household name, was Gumo. That was released November 21st, 2017. It's only been 1 year. So now what I believe is happening is that because he represents the 9 Trey Bloods, and because there's a lot of 9 Trey Bloods in Brooklyn and in New York, the NYPD has basically stated on the indictment that he is inciting this. They're basically saying he's the cause of this.
Yeah,
and mind you,
well, think about that.
Protection the day before they locked him up. So if they're offering you protection, then that means that you haven't done anything wrong. Because they're not there to lock you up. They're there to protect you now. So they're not. But the very
but
next
now because
day,
he didn't want their protection, now the son. But that's extortion. Son, you did exactly what gangsters do. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and protect your business. We need to protect you. You need to give us protection. We're gonna give you some protection. We're gonna pay us to protect you. Then when you say, nah, I don't need no protection. Then all of a sudden now you done ran down on them. Like I told you might need the protection. But the protection wasn't from yeah. So we're gonna have to leave it there. My memory card is full.
That's perfectly fine with me.
We'll pick this up again.
This is Mackie, the red-blooded American Bino, and I am signing off.
You stupid.